The Dualsense controller for the PlayStation 5 represents a huge break from the old into something completely brand new. Haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, a beefier design, and a lot more comfort in the hand. How does it compare to Xbox and the Series controllers? It's more of an iterative effect. It's the same controller, a familiar feel, minor tweaks here and there, but ultimately, I feel like both controllers represent exactly the style and philosophy of each of these consoles going forward. So let's look at the Xbox Series controller versus PlayStation 5's Dualsense. In the hand, the Dualsense feels really sturdy. They beefed it up a bit. The triggers feel really good. I will say that the R1 and R2 triggers feel better on the Dualsense controller, and the D-pad and the buttons just feel incredible. They're also incredibly quiet if you listen as I, go through the motions here with the controller. When you compare it to the actual Xbox Series controller, there's a huge difference. Feels really sturdy in the hand here, moving it back and forth, playing with the buttons. The sticks feel really tight. That D-pad, completely quiet. Let's look at the Xbox Series controller here. Feels a little bit more plasticky in the hand. The buttons are incredibly clicky. That D-pad, very loud. I will say that the buttons actually start to hurt my thumb after a while of using it. They're like this hard sort of plastic type feel to them. The sticks are a little bit looser. It just feels a little bit lighter, like it's almost hollow inside, but it's more of sort of an iterative effect on the Xbox controller for use with almost any Xbox. But that clicky feeling, I just don't like the way that sounds. The R2 and L2, the triggers are actually better than the DualSense triggers. I like the way they feel on the controller. Now the haptic and the adaptive triggers actually make up for a lot of that when it comes to the DualSense. That's just a preference thing. So overall, I feel like this is just sort of a style versus substance, or a huge push forward versus just an iterative effect going from one Xbox to the next with the controller. It's more of a familiar feel. They kind of stuck with that versus Sony pushing forward with their controller built specifically for that one piece of hardware, the PlayStation 5. I feel like Sony went with a more traditional next-gen system, next-gen controller feel, and Xbox went with a more iterative approach. Either way, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Think about liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.